Hey guys, welcome back to my channel all about English with Divyata. The topic we'll be dealing with is the noun gender. Now, we all know that all the living beings on the earth are either male or the female. Okay. They all are divided into one or the other kind of the gender, being it male, masculine gender, female, feminine gender. Now, in English language, there are four types of gender which generally we all have to study. The first one being masculine gender. What is a masculine gender over here? The noun that denotes a male animal or a being. Example: boy, Rohit, peacock, lion. All these things come under the category of masculine gender. Next, feminine gender. Feminine gender means the female part of the earth. Animals and again humans. Like girl, nippon, then peahen, lioness. All these things are categorized as the feminine gender. Now, the third one is the common gender. What does it denotes? Common gender, it takes in accordingly both the things, the masculine and the feminine, both. Like when we say boy, we are not specifying a particular boy, we are not naming that boy as to who it is. So that will come under the category of common gender. We are just pointing out to a common boy, we are not talking about a particular one. Next comes the feminine part. Like if I say the girl, the woman, I'm not talking about a particular woman, right? I'm not specifying a name, I'm not denoting it with a particular name assigned to her. I'm just simply saying that yes, the woman is passing by. I'm not putting it a particular name. So this will also come under the category of common gender. Then again, animal. I'm just saying an animal. There is a animal over there. What does it mean? That yes, I'm just saying yet yes, there is an animal. In animal also we can say that yes, the dog is sitting under the tree. I'm not specifying that yes, this is the dog, or I'm not talking about a particular dog over here. We all have pet dogs. We give them some particular names. I'm not giving them a particular name over here. I'm not giving him any example that yes, I'm just simply saying the dog is sitting under the tree. So the dog word also here will come under the category of common gender. It includes both male and females. Now the fourth one, neuter gender. What do we mean by neuter gender? The things without life. Okay, like the things without life, like the sun, moon, seasons, being summer season, spring season, all these things are portrayed as if they are living. These things are personified. Now again, what does personify means? Personify means to portray a non-living thing as living. Okay, to portray, to denote, to present a non-living thing as a living one. Like example, I'm saying, I'm taking it as masculine gender. The sun sheds his beams on rich and poor alike. Okay, I'm saying, the sun sheds his beam on the poor and rich alike. Here the sun is being compared to a man. Yes, I'm writing over there his is used for a male member, not for a female member. So what will it be? That yes, the sun is compared to a male member, that yes, it sheds its beam equally to the poor and on the rich also. The sun is a non-living thing, we all know. Now take an example of feminine gender. The earth is like a mother. The earth, it is a non-living thing, right? So we are comparing it to a We are portraying it as a mother, that yes, it is like a mother, it behaves like a mother, it protects us. Earth is like a mother. We are portraying her like a mother. So the earth is being portrayed as what? As the mother, as the female part. So here the other things which can be portrayed, the non-living things which can be presented as if they are living, as if they have life in them. This thing is known as personification. And this personification is used with neuter gender to portray them as if they are living. Now, there are 3 ways of forming the feminine of nouns of the masculine gender. Number 1, by using an entirely different word. For example, boy is a masculine word. I am changing it to girl. It becomes feminine. I have used a totally different word over here. I did not use the same word now. So that is known as by using as an entirely different word. The first rule. Another example. Gentleman, lady. I'm not saying gentleman, gentle lady. I'm not saying that now. I'm saying gentleman and lady. So these are again 2 different words. Now the second rule, by adding a syllable. Syllable means that we add a word, not a word, 2-3 letters, group of letters at the end of a particular word. Like I'm taking an example, author. Okay, author, I'm adding ESS to the author word. It becomes authoress. So it becomes the feminine word. Now, host, hostess. ESS, I'm again adding ESS. It becomes the feminine. Another example. Hero, heroine. HERO, HEROINE. I have added INE over here. So it becomes the feminine word, from masculine to feminine. Sultan, sultana. I am adding what? Sultan is a masculine word. Feminine will be sultana. SULTAN is the spelling for masculine. Sorry, it's not the spelling. Is the spelling for the masculine gender. And again then feminine. In feminine it will become SULTANA. I'm adding A over here. So we can add different types of letters, group of letters like ESS, INE, TRIX, etc. Okay. Now the third rule. By placing a word before or after. I'll take a word like in the masculine I have grandfather. I'll leave the grand word as it is. I'll only change the second word in that, father. I'll change it to mother. So I changed the last word. Grandmother. It became feminine. Washer man. Washer woman. I changed the last word. Then again it became feminine. Okay. These are the rules by which we can form the feminine of the masculine nouns. Hope you all understood this. Thank you everyone.